Have you ever felt it? That low hum of anxiety in the background of your life. It's not a panic attack. It's more like a constant, quiet dread. The feeling that you're running on a treadmill that's getting faster and faster, and you're just one misstep away from falling completely off. You've tried the solutions, the productivity hacks, the motivational podcasts. Maybe you've even tried basic mindfulness, and it helps for a moment. But then the wave of stress always comes crashing back, because you're still you, trying to manage a world that feels like it's constantly on fire. What if I told you that the problem isn't the world, and the solution isn't about managing your time better, or thinking more positively? What if the problem is much, much deeper, and the solution is more ancient and more profound than you could possibly imagine? Stay with me, because today, on The Life Logic, we're not going to talk about managing stress. We're going to talk about ending it. At its very root, this is a journey into the heart of spiritual meditation. To understand the medicine, we must first understand the disease. And the disease isn't your job, your relationships, or your bank account. The disease is a case of mistaken identity. We live our lives believing we are this. The voice in the head, the thinker, the storyteller. This entity that is constantly commenting, judging, worrying, planning. We think that is who we are. Philosophers call this the ego, the small self. And this small self is built on one fundamental idea: separation. The idea that I am in here, and the world is out there, and the world is a threat. Its full-time job is to protect its idea of you. It does this by living almost entirely in the past and the future, regretting what was, anxious about what might be. And this is the engine of all your stress. That constant narration, that endless, exhausting mental chatter. It's like being trapped in a room with a commentator who only has bad news. So, we try to fix the content of the commentary. We try to make the story better. If I just get that promotion, then I'll be happy. If I just find the right partner, then I'll be peaceful. But spiritual meditation takes a radically different approach. It doesn't try to change the story. It asks a far more profound question. This is where we diverge from simple relaxation techniques. Spiritual meditation is not about achieving a blissed-out state of relaxation, though that can be a wonderful side effect. Spiritual meditation is a form of inner archaeology. It is a practice of excavating your own consciousness to discover who you really are beneath the layers of thought, emotion, and conditioning. It's the difference between trying to calm the waves on the surface of the ocean and diving deep to discover the still, silent, vast depths that exist beneath the storm all the time. The ancient sages of India, the Buddhist monks, the Christian mystics, they all discovered the same truth through their practice. Your true nature is not the thinker. You are the awareness in which thinking happens. Let me say that again. You are not the thought. You are the awareness witnessing the thought. And the moment you get even a glimpse of that, the entire game changes. The stressful thought arises, but it loses its power over you because you are no longer fused with it. You see it as a passing cloud in the vast sky of your own awareness. This is the call of all spiritual meditation practices. They are all simply different ways to shift your identity from the content of your mind to the context of awareness itself. The first practice is the mindfulness of breath. This is the simplest doin. Your breath is always in the present moment. It's an anchor. So, you sit. You feel the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. You're not trying to control it, just feeling it. And of course, the mind wanders. You start thinking about what you'll make for dinner. And the practice is this. The very moment you realize you've been lost in thought, you gently return to the breath. That moment of returning is not a failure. It is the entire practice. It is a rep for your awareness muscle. You are training yourself to notice when you identified with thought and to choose to come back to the naked experience of the now. The second practice is the self-inquiry, which is the direct path. This is a more advanced, but incredibly powerful practice from the sage Ramana Maharshi. When a stressful thought arises, I'm so worried about my finances. You don't follow the thought. You instead ask, to whom does this worry arise? Or simply, who am I? You're not looking for an intellectual answer. You're turning your attention around from the object, the worry, to the subject, the one who is aware of the worry. You feel back into the sense of being, of presence, that is here before any thought. This inquiry can, over time, dissolve the sense of a separate self entirely. The last practice is the mantra meditation. A mantra is a sacred sound. It's not an affirmation. It's a vibrational tool. You repeat a word or sound silently, like Om, or peace, or I am. The repetition gives the thinking mind a simple job to do. It's like giving a busy toddler a single, repetitive task. The mind settles, and in the space between the repetitions, awareness begins to shine through. The mantra becomes a boat that carries you across the river of thought to the other shore of silence. When you make this shift, when you stop being the wave and start knowing yourself as the ocean, your entire life transforms. Not because the circumstances have changed, but because you have. Stress doesn't disappear. It becomes optional. A stressful event happens, and you can feel the old habit of anxiety arise. But now, there's a space, a pause. In that space, you have a choice. You can engage with the drama, or you can rest as the awareness that is watching it. You are no longer a puppet on the strings of your conditioned reactions. You discover a peace that doesn't depend on conditions. This is the greatest gift. This is a peace that is inherent to your true nature. The sun is always shining above the clouds. Spiritual meditation is a process of rising above the cloud layer of your thoughts to abide in that unchanging sunlight. Life becomes richer, more vivid. When you're not lost in mental commentary about an experience, you actually have the experience. The taste of coffee is sharper. The green of a tree is more vibrant. A conversation with a loved one is more intimate. You are fully here for your life, instead of being lost in a story about your life. This is the ultimate life logic. It is the logic of awakening, the logic of coming home. This isn't about adding another task to your to-do list. This is about the end of striving. It's about realizing what you already are. Your practice begins now, not later, right now. So I invite you, for just 5 minutes today, sit, close your eyes, and feel the sensation of your breath. And when you inevitably get lost in thought, and you remember, smile, and gently come back. That is the entire journey, that one, simple, gentle returning. That is you, choosing awareness over chaos, peace over stress, truth over story. That is you, remembering who you truly are. Thank you for sharing this time with me. This is the Life Logic. May your journey be peaceful.